That is a total opposite for men. Men get their heart broke one time and say, these bitches ain't shit. You can't trust these hoes. All the, you know what I mean? So that we gotta speak on that. Like, that you can't just go through one situation. That guy who you was talking about, who went through that with his girlfriend, now she with he can't. That doesn't give him excuse to go out and be terrible to every woman, because not all women are like that. You chose wrong, and it's okay.
And sometimes people do change. And so timing is huge. So sometimes you might have chose right for then and it's wrong for now.
No, for real.
And people have to be accountable for who they are in a relationship. Like I always say, people cheat for one or two reasons: need or greed. A needy nigga, I can't, I understand and I'll do what I can. A greedy nigga, you just gotta go. Like, I can't deal with it. Because needy is like, we can communicate through this. Yeah. What's missing? What do you need?
Yeah, I can help you with that.
Yeah. If I don't know yet about me. I got a thing. I haven't dealt with a cheater, and so
you have never.
No, not that I know of, right?
Right.
If somebody, now my people be obsessed with me, so I haven't. If they cheated on me, they were really, really good.
In high school?
No. Well, in high school I was a mom.
Oh.
Yeah, high school I was a mom working 2 jobs and doing hair part time, so it was over. But college and through my 20s. And I'm 30 now. I'm getting up there. But no, so I just feel like I don't know how I feel about cheaters yet, but I don't think that you should just blame a whole gender based on even a
That's
few
what pisses me off. No, and then another thing that I want to talk about, because I say this all the time. I said this last time on the podcast. When you scrolling through your timeline and you see a bunch of girls bashing men or bashing this y'all, and you assume that all women are like this, or if you see a bunch of girls in your timeline twerking and you assume that all women want to do is twerk, that is your timeline. That is a small piece of the world, this huge world. So I think social media is bad too. Like, social media has us all.
It's a lot going on.
It is a lot going
on. So it's a fly in here.
It is.
And I do not want it
to get in the thing.
Yes.
At the good part too.
I tried to smack the mic.
I missed it. Sorry too.
It was over here. I tried to smack it. I almost smacked her.
Oh, it was on my mic.
So yeah, this camera is super.
Oh, she got him.
Yeah, right.
I hit him. I knocked him. He might be dizzy.
Okay. But yeah, this camera's super clear, so
okay.
Yeah, it definitely will.
Okay. Special guest, Live Live.
Let's do the intro. Hey y'all, my name is Abigail Israel, and this is Ladies Night Out, and I have the one, the only Janel Lanae in the building with us, and we couldn't even wait.
No, we've been talking since
the camera's been on, just started, but we've been talking for 30 minutes. It's ridiculous. But that's what happens when great minds meet, and I couldn't wait to get her on the show and talk to her, pick her brain. She picked my brain, and we just chop it up. I want you to introduce yourself, let the people who's watching know what's going on with you and who you are.
All right. I always feel like it's a long-winded introduction. So coming to you live. No. I am Janel Lanae, born and raised in Dayton, Ohio. Mm-hmm. I am an interior designer and real estate agent. I am a program director for the Detour program, where we focus on suicide prevention and anti-bullying. And I have a new content studio downtown called the Powerhouse Atelier. At your service. I cannot wait for the grand opening of that. And besides that, I do a little bit of everything else.
She does it. When I say just call her and see if she do it or not, she 10 times out of 10 she does it.
Yeah, or I know somebody.
Or she knows somebody who do it. I don't care if you need a tire change, a roof install. I don't care what you.
I got you. Give me the shit.
She is a Jane of all trades, and that's my tribe. I love women like that. I love women who just out here creating on their entrepreneurs. Doing a thing, and that is you. I want to start off talking about, because we were talking about before we got in front of the camera, real estate.
Yeah.
You've been doing real estate for how long?
So I have technically been a realtor since 2022.
Okay.
So a little bit over a year and a half.
And you mentioned that you were thinking about stopping.
Leaving. Yeah, I'm leaving real estate.
Why? Because real estate is one of those areas where people just dream of getting into. I want to be a realtor. I want to do this. Okay. So hearing a realtor say you're leaving, we want to know like what's going on. Like
fast too, right? It's like less than 2 years. Like you can't get me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my license like in remission. So that way, like I'm still technically a realtor. I can pull it out if I need to, but it's over here, right? And it stays in remission for 4 years. So it gives me plenty of time to change my mind, or and if I do, pull it back up, I can start the 4 years over. So it's not like I'm just, if I'm out, I'm out. I gotta start over. No. So I like the flexibility in that. But God told me to stop.
So it's more like a break.
No, God told me to stop. So in my mind, I want it to be a break because I have invested so much time. Like real estate, a lot of people are like, oh, the wholesalers and the this and the that. Like social media has romanticized real estate for y'all. I'm sorry to tell you guys. Just like they romanticize being an entrepreneur. All these things. It is a lot of work. We work a lot harder than most people who work a 9 to 5. And I can say that confidently because I have not had a job since high school. And so as an adult, I have been completely self-sustained with entrepreneurship. So it is a lot of work. I'm telling you the truth. And so for me as a realtor, in everything that I do, I let God lead me, right? I ask for direction. I'm praying for guidance. I need correction. I need everything. I don't move unless God is like, shake.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm going to shake. And so I became a realtor because Corona hit.
Okay.
I have been a hairstylist for 20 years. And as a hairstylist, when we all got that message, like, close shop.
No, for real.
Like March 16th, 2020, they were like, close shop. I was like, what you... No.
No, for real.
Oh, no, we're not. And so, sometimes some of us, we did not stop because we wanted to pay our bills.
As you shouldn't, though. Like, what?
Oh, well, call the police. But it's over. Nobody got COVID in my chair. I never even got COVID. Thank the Lord. And so, but I did it out of desperation. I was like, what can I do if I can't do hair and I don't want to get a 9 to 5? Because I have a degree and all these things that I could get a job, but it's just not me. And so it was like, oh, real estate. I was already an interior designer. I've been an interior designer now for 8 years. And so I was like, this is easy. I could transition into this. I should have known when it took me like a year to finish the program that it wasn't for me. Like I was dragging my feet. COVID was over. My money never changed.
Right.
So I was nervous based on the email and the news and all these things that I got as a stylist. But my life never changed.
Yeah, people were still getting their hair done.
Everything was fine, but I was so afraid. Like
we was panicking,
traumatized. Like I'm like, what do you mean? This is the career that they could never replace. Like I'm like, what? And so when I took a pause, at that point I already had the money in it. I already had been studying. I was like, I gotta finish it. I don't know how to half-ass anything. So when I started it, I was like, I gotta see it through. So I saw it through, and I was still dragging my feet. And I just kept dragging my feet. Then I was like, okay, I'm going to give it 100%, right? And I was like, Lord, you with me? He wouldn't answer me. But I'm like, okay. I'm just like, I'm going to answer myself. Yes. Like, no, he did not answer you. And so I'm like, okay, we're just going to figure it out. Girl, he wouldn't bless me at all.
Okay. And see, that's a sign. That's the first sign. When you're not getting that fruit.
No.
Yeah.
And he blessed everything.
Yeah.
Like, you ever like, when you know you following God and it just be moving.
Yeah.
You like, oh yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
And you start praying a little bit more. You like, okay, go to the left.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it didn't matter how I shimmied, what I did. Like, it just wasn't moving. And so I just started really praying diligently, fasting, detoxing, doing whatever I need to do to really try to hear him. He's like, I did not tell you to do that. Like, you were afraid.
You panicked.
That was on you.
Yeah.
Take the loss. So then I said, okay, well, Lord, I bargain with you because I'm a bargainer, right? Because God don't owe me nothing, but I'm going to bargain all day. I'm going to always haggle you. So I was like, well, look, God, I got a deal for you. If you help me make the sales to make all the money I put in, I'm never going to get the time back. Right. But if I make all the money back that I put in and I see a nice profit, I'll walk away. I said that prayer, and when I say them sales happen like...
Really?
Like that. As soon as that last sale happened, and I had the profit, I had the payback, I had everything I agreed to, it stopped again. And I was like, now, wait a minute. We're doing good. Like, I didn't order like 1,000 flyers. I'm like, this is it.
Right.
Like, no. I did what you said. It's over.
And you was trying to keep going.
I was trying to keep it going. I'm like, oh, this is it. No, it's not. He shook my hand. We had a deal.
Yeah.
He kept up his end of the bargain. So I'm like, okay, Lord. So now this summer I just been grieving. And accepting because I have to be obedient, and so real estate is over, guys. This is really over. But I still have connections, so they need something.
No, really, no, for real.
So yeah.
So when did the content studio come to you? Like, how did that come to you?
And so it's been on me it's literally been on me since COVID.
Okay.
Like, literally, I was traveling. I had took my daughter to LA in 2019 for her birthday. And we were at this museum called Flutter in LA. And Flutter is an interactive, what is the word? when you can touch, what's the feeling? What is it?
Sensory.
Called? Yes. I'm like, what is it called? It's an interactive sensory exhibit, but it's all about mental health. And so the entire art exhibit, like you come in, they give you special socks, like the rooms are everything, the sounds, the lights, every piece of it is for your senses.
That's dope.
It's amazing. And I was like, I want this.
Yeah.
And then we took another trip. We were in Houston, and I saw a selfie studio, and I was like, oh, that's nice. I was like, I want a healing space where people can get some content. Mm-hmm. Like, this is me. I like this. And I was like, nah, people not going to buy this in the city. Then I saw my girl Nye start at the Gym City Selfie Museum. Yeah. And I was like, so they would buy this in the city.
Yeah.
I'm doubting myself. So I was like, okay, stop doubting yourself.
Yeah.
And so when he gave me like the whole thing about the real estate, that was like May. So I was like, okay, Lord, what you want me to do? He was like, call these studios. And I was like, what? You want me to add a bill? I don't want no more bills. He was like, call these studios. Mm-hmm. So I called Front Street Studios. They were like, we're sold out, but we'll put you on the waiting list. And I was like, okay, you know how long the waiting list usually takes? She was like, it could be anywhere from 2 to 3 months to 6 or 12. So it just depends on when people move out. I was like, okay, no problem. So I was still in the middle of another fast and stuff. So I'm praying, doing stuff. Took a little trip to Florida to meditate and be with the butterflies. And I come back and he was like, the lady called me and was like, we have a space in your budget with the square feet you said you wanted. It's ready right now. I was like, but it was like less than 2 weeks later. Right. And I'm like, what you mean? She was like, yeah, we had an artist. He's moving to Chicago. I was like, what? And so I was like, okay, I'm come see it. So I got off the plane literally that day, came back from Cincinnati and went straight down there and took the tour, paid the money and signed the lease. Okay. I was like, this is it. You know what I'm saying? And
you didn't need no time just to think and make sure you did. I already knew. And that's how you know you on sometimes you just know you're on the right track when you just listen, I'm about to jump off this cliff, like, because you're moved to do the right thing, and God is moving you in the right direction. So sometimes when you thinking too long and you pondering and you don't, that's your spirit telling you that you ain't making the right decision. Yes. So
I agree.
I like
that. Talk about jumping off a cliff. One thing that really stuck out to me this year, it was a major lesson for me. It was like, if you're not taking chances, how are you giving God room to show up? Like, I always take safe bets. I always do stuff that I know I can do. I do stuff that I don't need nobody for. Baby. And it's like, well, how do you need me if you keep doing everything your way? And it's like, oh my God, you're right. Like, I've never taken a chance. Anything I've ever done, I knew I was going to do.
That's
and
me.
This is the first one. And it's like, you're 30, me. But it's cool. Like,
but God's timing is different. Yes. God's timing is different. You think you're supposed to have this at the, no, he ain't said that. Yeah. All that, I'm supposed to have this at this, you ain't supposed to have that at no age. God gonna give it to you when you're supposed to have it. And when you get it, you're gonna realize that you definitely wasn't supposed to have it before it. Because certain things that I've gotten recently, or certain opportunities that have came across, when I was 20, I wouldn't have taken advantage of it. I wouldn't have done right by it because I hadn't been through enough things. I didn't have the knowledge that I needed. So that's definitely facts. So you said you signed your lease. Mm-hmm. How long ago was that?
June. So we are in August. So I just paid my rent for the third time. And then let me tell you, I felt that. Grand opening, and I'm like, Jesus.
She said for the third time.
But let me tell you how God worked though. I make my rent in one day.
Period.
Every time.
You better say it again. Say it again.
I make the rent in one day. Every time. Like, I was shocked. When it first happened in June, I was like, because I was busting my butt, paying and trying to get it finished, and it still ain't finished to my,
your liking.
Yeah. Everybody else is like,
and it looked good, y'all.
I'm like, oh yeah, it could be better. Like, but no, it's good. It's nice. I'm grateful. But at the end of June, I was like, I gotta start doing something here. I'm just sitting here working and paying money. This don't feel right, girl. Like literally every month, I make that in one day. Like I make the rent in one day, and so it's just confirmation, like true, especially coming after the real estate thing where it's like you just don't want to see me succeed. He like, girl, chill out. I'm like, okay, sorry.
So what visions do you have for your content? What's the name of it again?
It is the Powerhouse Atelier. If you don't know what that means, I will tell you to Google it, but I'm gonna tell you.
Because tell me.
So powerhouse, most of us know what powerhouse means. It's really just like strong, powerful, moving being, all these great influential things. But an atelier is definitively a space where creatives create.
Dope.
And so it's like, it's because it's a studio, synonymous with the term studio. And so it's like Powerhouse Studios. It's Powerhouse Atelier. So at its root, Powerhouse is a healing space, period. Like I said, I work with the Detour program, and we kept having issues where every little spot we found out about, somebody else found out about it. And so like the libraries were being renovated, and they had all these great workspaces and large like meeting rooms and things where we could have like our programs, because I'm a program coordinator. So we do like the Bad Girls Club, which is for young girls, where we focus on confidence building and things like that. ABC 123, which is anti-bullying. We train staff, faculty, people, parents. We have the Power program. Got my little power tattoo, baby. It's a cult. And so, but the Power program is preservation, optimism, worship, endurance, and reflection. And I made that program specifically to train parents so they could stop bleeding their trauma all over their kids. And so, in that, all the spaces we had, like the library or like Third Perk or whatever, people were finding out about it. So they were overbooked. They stopped being so intimate. And our events and workshops and meetings were getting a lot deeper. And so we needed a safe space where people can cry, where people can yell, where people can throw something, where people can fall apart, you know.
That was steady
and be stable, because it's like, now we here. And then in the spring, when we start getting real busy, we were having a hard time finding spaces. So the program just stopped.
Yeah.
And so it was like, oh no. First of all, I don't like y'all having control of our program because we can't adequately provide the services because everybody's so money hungry that they're not recognizing we're really doing the work in the community. We just need the space. Yeah. And so it's like, okay, that's step one. So now we got a space all the time, anytime, and we right downtown. So where all the kids be at the library on 3rd Street, we are literally 10 minutes of a walk from the library downtown. We right by Stivers, you know, so we buy everything that the kids are doing. We're by the hub, so we're in the mix with the kids. The other thing is, it's a content studio. So a lot of creatives, like I said, I'm born and raised in Dayton, Ohio. I left for a little bit, but I came back because they need me. And so in Dayton, we don't have a lot of spaces for creatives to create, like luxury spaces for you to do things like that. Like, thank God for Moves Global, Media Moves.
Thank God. Shout out to Moves Global. Go follow him on Instagram. Moves Media and Moves Global, because he is a blessing.
It's amazing. Like, I walked in here today, y'all, and I'm like, Black owned, and it's nice. It's very well put together.
Yes.
And so these are the types of spaces we need, right? Because we might not want to be at the library, and then we got to follow the library hours, and they closing at 6 o'clock. It is 6:42. So this wouldn't be possible right now in the traditional spaces in the city. So I wanted a luxurious space that people could create content in, have their podcasts, have talk shows, have workshops and trainings. Like I said, I'm a hairstylist, so I do want to have hair classes in there for parents, for people who want to know how to do their own hair. It's a lot of young girls coming up, and nobody's taking the time to really cultivate them. So they just jealous of them. They nervous.
Oh my goodness.
And you doing hair and you good.
Girl, you touching on too much. You have to slow down.
I'm sorry.
She be preaching. It's so much stuff you done said that I want to tap into. That's why you got to come back, because I'm going to need to watch this and be like, okay, we need to talk about this. Because that is so important. And I got to stop you right there. Okay. These young girls need mentors. They want it so bad. They on YouTube, they on Instagram, they looking for somebody to teach them. I had girls come to me and I'm like, girl, I ain't nobody. What you want me to teach?
You are.
But you done been through something that they about to go through, and they're smart enough to know, like, I need somebody to guide me. Yes. And they're looking for as many. They want a village. They don't just want their mothers. They don't just want their aunties. They want a village, because they realize it's not just one way to grease this turkey. I know that's not a saying, but I just made it up. I just made it up. So,
because I like my turkey deep fried.
See, we childish. Okay, I can't be with her. She's childish like me. But they are. If you encounter a young girl, do not lead with trauma.
Yes.
Do not be mad at them. You silly. Why are you doing it? Do not judge them harshly, because they ain't doing nothing. All they doing is what they know. Teach them. If you can't teach them, then leave them alone.
Yes.
Don't make it worse for them.
Lead them to the Detour program. We will happily take them
exactly.
in with open arms. Like, seriously, if there are opportunities in your city, like wherever you are, because I know this is everywhere.
Everywhere.
So I need y'all to really tap into y'all communities. Like, find time. Like, a lot of us say we just so busy. God be bringing so many young women into my life, and I have to make time for them. You know what I'm saying? And we really do. Like, even if it's just one Saturday a month or something, find time to volunteer whatever your passionate group is, whether it's young girls, young boys, whoever. Like, we cannot keep complaining about this new generation and refusing to influence them properly.
Preach.
Like, it's insane. So just help them, y'all.
And then y'all, you can't get on Instagram or Facebook or all these platforms. These new kids, this like she said, complaining, but you got to start where you at. If you care so much, if you're so upset about where things are going, do something about it. Get out in the community like Janelle is and do something. I'm about to get out in the community too. I've been trying to start with this child of mine, just get her on the right track, for us as a people. Not just, it doesn't just affect one person, one household. It affects us all. So.
And can I say?
Yes, you
as
can.
As a parent, please do not internalize anything that your child does. Like, yes, as parents, you should be reflective and accountable, be cognizant of who you are, who you've been. Because a lot of times kids will remember us as a parent. For my daughter, I had to convince her I was no longer a thug, y'all. Like, she really thought I was still about that life. And I'm like, baby, I'm a woman of God. She like, I don't know who the hell you are.
Right.
But truly, like, sometimes when we are doing the work in the community or we are influential women, like, she a superstar, right? And her daughter is just like, this is my mom. Like, she get on my nerves. I can't stand her.
I'm nobody to her.
Like,
she's like, so humbling.
Like, what you mean? I've been on TV.
Do you know who I am?
Movies, girl, I'm known across the world. And they don't care. Like, they do not care.
She don't care. So my shoes.
Yeah. Like, what? And so for me, I had to really remember, like, my daughter is a person first. It doesn't matter how amazing Janel Lanae is, how influential, what she's come through. It doesn't matter. Yeah. I am still just her mama. Her mama. And she don't want to hear nothing I got to say.
Don't care.
And so I had to be patient with that and be like, this isn't about me. And in certain times, I really have to step out of mom role and just be a mentor. Because this is God's child, truly. Like, we like to be, this mine, da-da-da. That's control. Egotistically, I don't care about just being her mom. I want to be an influential person in her life who teaches her how to be solid. Yes. How to make the right decisions with people, with things, with money, with whatever. You know what I'm saying? And just be somebody she knows she can always reach back to.
That's the most important thing. Like, I tell my daughter, like, listen, I'm just a GPS. That's really how I feel. I'm a GPS, and I can show you how to get there, whether I done been that route or not. I know somebody. Use me. Yeah. Use your GPS. That's really what I am. I'm here. God gave you me, and gave me you. Yes. I'm here to guide you. That's what a mother is, a GPS through life to get you where you need to be. You can listen or you can go on your own. You might take a little longer to get there if you don't follow your GPS. Because, baby, I didn't follow my GPS.
I ain't have a GPS.
You see what I'm saying? She didn't have one, and I thought I knew. I don't need that.
I was on map.
Baby, I needed that GPS real bad. We all need our GPS. So some GPSs be broken.
They do. You're right. And especially because we came up before smartphones, baby. You should have seen me with the MapQuest papers. No. Trying my best.
Like pirates.
Like pirates. Over the map.
But we say that to say, as mothers, we both mothers of teenagers, and I think we both are holistic parents.
Yes.
And that's what I love. Like, we don't just cater to the physical needs of our daughters. We cater to the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, the holistically. And that's the type of women, those are the type of women I love. And that's why I love Janelle. And yeah, what were we talking about? No, so the Detour program, I want to get back into that. I want to talk a lot more about that because I didn't know about it.
Well.
I should have, but I don't live in Dayton.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't live in Dayton no more, and I hate that.
Cincinnati.
I hate that. I want to be more in tune with what's going on in my city because I love my city. I'm coming back whenever I get things in order and I can be more of service. I'm definitely, because that's what it's about. It's about reaching back and helping them little girls like me living on the west side of Dayton, trying to figure it out. Absolutely. So, for sure, more on the Detour program. Yeah. How can a person get involved? How can a teenage girl get involved?
Yeah. Okay. Come on, y'all. And so our website is called selfloveislove.org. Selfloveislove.org. And so you literally just hop on there. You can make reports on bullying. You can reach out to us for additional support. You can talk about suicide prevention and things that you may need. We pull up. And so just understand we gonna pull up.
Period.
Like, for real. And so if you call us, like, most of our phone numbers are on there. We also have additional suicide prevention resources on there, like 411 and all those different numbers on the 966 that you could check out and reach out to people. But like I said, if you need somebody right now, you would call us directly on that website. You can also submit like your school if you're an adult or a faculty member and you have a student in a certain school or in a certain school district and you're like, they could really use this programming. We pull up at the schools as well. And so we just got, I can't even say the name of the school. Okay, so I gotta be careful. But we just got a contract here at Dayton, and so I'm very excited for that because we're able, so we have our proclamation in October, which is Suicide Prevention Month, for the Detour program in Trotwood, and so that's really great. But every October we have our Be Against Bullying Conference. Okay. And so to kick it off on October the 1st, we are going to have our Be Against Bullying Bowling. And so that's going to be really fun because it's only $25. You can come in, bowl, get on your teams. You can bring your crew. And you're just bowling against bullying. And we're fundraising for our conference and for the programming that we provide all year long because we are self-funded. And so, yeah, so it's really great. And then you can catch us, like I said, at the Powerhouse Atelier. And so you can come down there and check out some of our programming. We're on social media. So we're on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. So you can send us a DM. You can ask us for an itinerary if you can't find it on our page or something. And you can keep up with like the programs and workshops we have coming up too.
And it's the Detour program on all of the Detour program. Check them out, y'all, because the youth need it. If you have a child, do not be prideful and think that you are all your child need. Your child needs a village. Get your daughter, get your son involved in some community, because at a certain age, they're not going to talk to you about things. That's just how it is. Love talking to us. They just need somebody else to talk to. And if you care, if you really want to make sure things go as smoothly as possible for your child, get somebody else, get a mentor, get them involved, get them going in the community. Yeah. The Detour program is here to help. It is. The Powerhouse Atelier is here to help. Okay.
And we are. And the good thing is we focus on conscious discipline.
Yeah.
And so another wing that we started this year is partnering with other businesses like I Thrive Dayton, like Art Has No Rules, and like Poetic University. So we're partnering with these different creatives in the city to create other alternatives for discipline. So like if you're acting up in school or having issues at home or in the community or things, you know, instead of us just whooping you or putting you on punishment or sending you to jail or things, you know, suspending you from school, whatever those things are, we want to put you in a farming class, you know, we want to put you in a writing class, we want to put you in an art class. Like, let's discover your passions, let's discover what you're really good at, you know, let's give you an outlet, let's talk about these things. And so it's a very interactive program. So everything that she said, like, please tap in with us. If you're looking to volunteer, we're actually doing our new round of volunteer drafting here soon. You know, it's very simple. Like, you literally just volunteer when you can. We'll put you where you're great at. And then it just move from there. So,
yes, that's dope. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, let's get into your interior design. I know we tapped into it a little bit with the Powerhouse Atelier, but you do home. You actually can be contracted to do home interior design, right?
Absolutely.
How long have you been doing that?
So I've been doing residential and commercial interior design for 8 years. I also do exterior design as well, so like landscaping plans and things like that. I love that. I know we're in Ohio, so our seasons are kind of iffy, but I love my like southern guests because they're able to do their houses exterior all the time. But I started that because, like I said, I've done hair for about 20 years, and in hair I created a system called hair therapy because I realized most black women, they talk to their stylists and they talk to in the hair salons and nail shops, but they don't really go to therapy.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was like, okay, well, there's a no gossiping rule anytime I've done hair, no matter what location I'm in. And we're solutions focused. And so it's like, you're not going to come in here and tell me like your husband's crap, you and your child struggling, your job. Like, we'll be here for 2 to 4 hours. Like, let's plan. Like, let's make some strategies and let's really implement them and figure out how can we really evolve your life to a life that's more sustainable or more enjoyable. And so in doing that, I was like, well, this is nice, but then your hair gets old and you might start feeling ugly again. So I'm like, And people used to always come to my house and be like, I just love it, it's so peaceful, it's so this and that. And I'm like, I could really provide the same type of enhancements in somebody's life through interior design as I do through hair services, because if you love the space you're in and it's comfortable and the colors are proper and the smells, everything about your workspace or your home space is conducive to you, and it sets the tone for you to be productive or for you to relax, then that's going to be, you know, crazy, you know. And then so it was like I had been doing that for a couple of years before COVID, but when COVID hit and everybody was locked in their homes because everybody was always busy, barely at home, and they didn't care, and they had the same couch for years, you know, so whatever, right? when people started to have to be at home and have people over in their homes because they couldn't go anywhere else, it was like, I need to move this around, or I wonder how this will feel, or, you know, and so interior design for me became solace, which is soul and solace. And so it's a little bit of you and a little bit of peace. And so bringing them two together to create a space that is just all for you, and it's all about you. And that has gone from, I've had clients that hire me to do like closet altars, you know, something as small as that.
Oh, it's for worship.
For just going there, and all the way to like they just bought a house with their new husband and they want to make it a home, you know. And so I in businesses, like I have a lot of businesses now who are like, I want my business to be more welcoming, you know, especially since they're coming from that virtual thing. So they're like, people are coming into the office. I want them to feel at home. I want them to feel welcome. And so having more businesses investing in designing a space that makes you want to be there, you know, whether it's a medical facility or, you know, a space like this where you're coming to record, and just having everything functional, having everything well designed. And it's timeless. So that way it ages with you. It's not something that's like, oh, every 2 years I gotta redo.
You gotta redo it.
No, it's very smart designs, and so it's like even as you change and transition, the space can do so as well.
So if someone wanted to hire you to do some interior work, how would they get in contact with you? What is your do you have a separate page for that, or is it just all in one?
No, it's separate. So I'm on social media as well for Facebook and Instagram. Is Solace Interiors, SOULACE, Solace Interiors, and then it's SOULACE Interiors @gmail.com as well. And you can just call or email, and then solaceinteriors.com. You can submit an inquiry, and so we can start like your consultation process. I'll send you like a full assessment form to get to know like your taste, your colors, what you need, things like that. So to do like a full consultation with you, and then we just move forward from there.
Okay.
And I do group homes too, so that was a new thing this year. People have started hiring me to design their group homes. And so instead of them just like having a group home and putting some bunk beds in there, they're like, make this like an oasis.
That's
like,
good business.
Really nice.
Yes. Because a lot of people are opening group homes.
And they are legit.
Because it's a demand for it. And she going to set that group home up.
Oh, it's
people ain't going to leave. You going to have to kick people up out of that group home.
You do. And it sets the tone. So a lot of the feedback that I've gotten from the group home facilitators and directors is the kids act different.
Oh my goodness.
So they treat it different. Like some of them, the ones that's bad, they gotta go. But the ones that wanted a home, they really act different.
They can feel it.
Like a home. Like you cared about my stuff. Because I asked some questions. Like I interview the kids. Like I talk to the director, but whoever lives here right now, let me talk to them too.
Yeah.
You want LED lights?
Yeah.
You like this? What's your favorite color? What
That's
kind of
beautiful.
pictures do you like? You know what I'm saying? What part of this do you want to keep? You know what I mean? And just because I was in foster care, so for me, it's very personal. Like that was a huge goal of mine to get into group homes because I want to help emancipated foster youth too, like make their house a home because we just get so used to being tossed around. But you know, just to see those kids come into that house, and it's a group home, right? So it's traumatic anyways. But when you come home and the whole house been changed just for you, your room laid out just like
it's for you.
Like, oh, baby.
You're not just a body. You're not just a
check.
Oh my goodness, that is so important. That's you doing God's work, girl.
Yeah, I am. I agree. That's why I be having to listen to him. I mean, all right,
you really are though, because that is so important. That like something so small. I mean, not even small. I don't want to say it's small, but just taking your time just to say, what do you want this room to look like? Not you in here for this amount of time, and you gonna be out. So here's a bunk bed. Here's a box to put your stuff in. Here's this. What do you want? Do you know how much of a difference that would make in a child's life? I know it make a difference in my life. I'm 33, 32.
Let me find a man right now. And he moved me in his house.
And say, how can I make this beautiful for you? How can I make
this a home for you?
I'm going to be crying.
I'll be like, nah, baby, I already said I do. You're doing too much now.
I'll be like, I like, yeah, that's beautiful. It's small. That's like acts of service.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love it.
That's my love language.
Yeah, mine too. I'm all of them. I'm gonna need all of them.
Yeah. I need all of them too, but acts of service is how I show my love. Like whenever I want a person to know that I love you and I care about you, I'm more of an acts of service type of person.
Me too. And it's free. I'm real cheap. Sometimes, so I like to do acts of service because it make you feel good. It costs me nothing. But
acts of service could be like, I see you needed this, so I'm gonna buy this. Like, you know what I mean? But it is gifts. But gifts is just what's expensive. It's more focused on what's nice and what I guess a gift would be, you know what I mean?
I do.
I guess I'm trying to say, like,
my ex, I used to buy her all the stuff for her business.
You could buy somebody shoes.
Acts of service, but gifts, but it was purposeful.
That's a gift, but acts of service is like, I'm trying to serve you, and this is what you need.
Yes, exactly.
And you let me know what you need. I need if you're a YouTuber and you see that this person is doing YouTubes without lighting, and you go buy lighting, that's a gift, but that's more of an act of service because you just serve it. Yeah. That's what I like.
I agree.
That was cute. But so like you said, you went to college. What school did you go to? What's your alma mater?
Ohio State University. Sure. And don't forget the D. And I went for free because I am just that smart, baby. Academic scholarship all day. And so,
listen, Black Girl Magic.
You better look it up.
So, what did you do? What was your degree in?
So my major was social work, and my minors were mental health and addiction.
Okay. And do you feel like you was on point with that? You went to school for the right thing.
I did. You did. And it's like, even though I don't like have like a traditional job, like anything I do is social work.
Yeah. It's really. Legit. Yeah.
Like, I love people.
Yeah.
And I love seeing them just evolve and believe in themselves and change their lives. And so, yes, I'm a social worker all day.
Yeah. At heart, it's not by employment, just by heart. Like you just a social worker. Yeah. You said you had a child in high school. Yeah. How old were you?
So I became pregnant at 14. I gave birth at 15.
Oh my goodness, my grandmother had my dad.
Time of high school, freshman. Like she was here when I went to be a freshman.
What was that like?
It was like a lot of work. Don't do it. Close your legs. Get on the real birth control, not the pill. I was on the pill. That's not the real birth control. Get on the real one.
So,
but it was a lot of work. We were in foster care, and so like I said, I had my daughter at 15. And we lived in 8 foster homes. I went to 9 high schools, and I worked 2 jobs, and I did hair part-time. And so when people be like, I can't, I'm all right.
No, but listen, I'm glad you saying that because I always talk about how resilient I am. But I'm a cuss. That's some motherfucking resilience, okay? Because a lot of people would just not give up, but just try to get to the next level. Just the next level could be just graduating high school. Yeah. I'm just trying to get a job. I'm just trying to get a place. Just to get stable and steady. You went beyond that.
Yeah.
That wasn't even
good enough. This ain't good enough. Like that wasn't good enough either.
and that's resilience. Like, and they have a study going on. We cannot pinpoint why some people are more resilient than others. What do you think influenced your resilience? What was it? What was in you that said no?
So when I was in Costa Rica last year, I stopped calling myself resilient.
All right, she's just trying to flex now. When I was in Costa Rica last year, she's on my nerves. You know, when I was in Costa Rica last year,
I travel to heal.
Yes, she does.
So I like to travel and have fun, but you will rarely see me on a party trip.
On my travels to Costa Rica,
heal. And so join Shandy Ray retreats. Shameless plug on my girl. She's amazing. So we went to Costa Rica, and I was like, I'm not resilient. I'm irrepressible. So I am like that flower. Like every time you kill that flower, the pollen already out there, baby. Like, so it's 10 more of me popping up. You know what I'm saying? And so you think that you're trying to contain, you can't stop me. And so that was, I think that was the main thing for me is like, y'all got me fucked up. Yeah. Like truly, like y'all got me fucked up. Like that's how I felt about everything. Like, watching my mom struggle on drugs and all that, you got me fucked up. Watching my sister be broke and on alcoholism, you got me fucked up. Like just watching everybody, like y'all got me fucked up. Yeah. This is not me. Yeah. And so like all my life, I just felt like I didn't fit in. Like this wasn't my picture. Like you don't get to pick your family or nothing. But I'm like, this is ghetto. And like,
it's so crazy because this same story you telling my mom. I gotta get my mom on the podcast. My mom is just so. My mom told me this all my life. Like her story is similar to yours. But I still have this burning desire to know what. Like I know you say you looked around and said you got me fucked up. I don't fit. But what do you think caused you to feel out of place? Like, do you think it was just something in you? Was you born with it, or did something like how?
I think I was just born with it. Like, because when people would tell me stories, even as like me being a toddler, like so, even me being born, I technically wasn't supposed to be born. Or if I was gonna be born, I should have been like special needs or like disabled or something. Like they really thought something was gonna be wrong with me. Like to where they were studying me for months after I was here. Like. Something gonna pop up. Like, no, bro. Like, I'm a little off. But I mean,
I didn't say it. She did.
And so, but it was really like I feel like it is something that's just in you. Like,
I'll give you an
example. Wednesday, I don't know if I ate something or what, but I was so sick. Like, I mean, crying. Mm-hmm. I'm in the studio crying. Like, I'm laying down sick, throwing up, can't move. And my daughter just keep rubbing my back. She's like, Mommy, just cancel your clients. Like, we can just go home. I'm like, nah. She's like, Mommy, you can't work like that.
I'm going to figure it out.
Give me a second. Hey, I finished all them clients on time, and they tipped me so good. And so when I got done, she was like, no, Mommy, like, we just different. I was like, what you mean?
No, for real.
She's like, you a different type of strong.
Yeah.
And I think my child being in my life helped me really realize it's not normal. Because for a long time, I used to think my mom and my sister, they just weak. Oh, I did the best I could for where I hate that shit. I hate hearing some bullshit from the 80s. Let it go. You did not do your best. If that was your best, you are shit. You suck. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry. I don't care. You suck. Mm-hmm. Like, that was the word. If that was the best they could do, they suck. Mm-hmm. And that's just how I feel. So, as I've gotten older, though, it turned into more grace. Because I could not imagine sucking like that. Like, if that's really what I think is my best, hear me out. If I really feel like this is my best,
she fried.
I really feel like this is my best, and I'm not lying, because I would never know if they was telling the truth or not. Mm-hmm. My mama dead.
Oh, I'm
if
sorry
you
to hear
really
that.
was giving your best, and you really felt like that, I feel bad for you,
mm-hmm.
because that's barely my worst.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's so unbelievable to me. But I had to give people credit. Like, everybody is just not built like that. They just not. And so I really think it's that. I think it's a determination. Like, I know what I wanted. Like, my mama had never got on a plane or nothing. I remember being in daycare in Melissa Bass, in DeSoto Bass on Stewart by the Boys and Girls Club. Mm-hmm. And we had a big old rug that had all the continents on it. And I was like, I'm going to Africa. Mm-hmm. They laughed at me. My mama laughed. Everybody laughed. I've been to Africa.
And when I met you, you was on your way to Africa.
I've been to Africa and going back. I got a trip next year going back to Africa. Yeah. And so it's like, oh, you don't believe me? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. When I got my scholarship, like, the same guidance counselor, I showed them welts on my back, and I'm begging her to call the police because my mama ain't shit, and she beating the shit out of me every day. Can you please help me? Mm-hmm. She wouldn't help me. I filled out that scholarship, gave me that scholarship package. She said, you want to get away from your mom? This is how you do it. Go to college. Anybody ever talk to me about college? I was a straight A student. If there was a grade higher than A, I would have had it. Like, I was a straight A student. And college was not a discussion. When she brought that packet to me, I filled that packet out. I drug my drunk ass mama to that school. I said, you have to show up. Like, you got to be here. You got to do this. Because it was a meeting that they had to do with Janisha Finch. And she's still my dog. But from the OSU Young Scholars Program. So I could forge all the papers I want. But at some point, they got to meet your mom.
Yeah.
And so when I brought her in there, we signed them papers. And no matter what, no matter how many foster homes, I'm keeping this scholarship. I told my caseworker, like, I've always just advocated for myself. Yeah. Because ain't nobody else ever had my bag. And y'all got me fucked up. Right. For real. Like, between the living situations, the expectations, the dismissiveness, like, it's like they wanted to break me so bad. Like, my sister would not give me stuff, give me too little clothes, make me play with my niece's old broken toys, like, put me in the attic by myself in the dark. Like, it's like they was really trying to break me, bro. Like, and I did break a few times. That's why I tried to commit suicide so many times. And so it's like, it was a real fight. Like, I had to fight for my life since the moment I was born, and nobody else was gonna help me fight. Right. And it took me to learn God myself, to be like, oh, there was somebody there. Okay, my bad. Yeah. You know, it's like, thank you. I didn't know it was you the whole time. It was me. Right. No, girl. And so it was really just God, like, and before I even knew how to pray, like, I felt like he was just looking out for me and just guiding my steps. And he just always kept my head in the game. Like, I just always been focused. Like, you can't derail me. Like, I don't know. Like, I really can't describe it for real. Like, it's just been a different type of dedication.
So, like you said, you had a baby at 14. I remember when I had my daughter, I done seen some things in my life. And I remember when I was looking at her in a car seat, I was in the hospital for a week after I had her. And I was just like, I don't want it. I just knew, I didn't know what I wanted, but I knew what I didn't want. Yes. And I just didn't want certain things for her. And I was scared. Yeah. Terrified. Did you feel that way?
Yeah. I was 15.
And I was so scared. And it's like, when I was younger, I didn't understand it was irrational to me. Like, why was you so scared? But now that I'm older, I get it.
Yeah, we should still be scared.
I was scared. I was scared for her. Yeah. So that's why I moved her to another state. I was trying to protect her. Yeah. And it's so crazy now that I'm older. So do you think that you having a child at 14, still being a child, you saw what you didn't want and said, let me do something.
Absolutely. I didn't know how to love her though. Like it was times when my baby would cry, I wanted us to just both die. Because I'm like, I don't know what to do with you. I don't want to ruin you. Mm-hmm. I'm tired. You know
I felt that. I felt that before.
It was so deep. Like that postpartum was no joke. And my room was in the basement and I had a C-section. And my foster parents would not help me. So I had to walk up the stairs backwards with this crying baby trying to make bottles. Like, it was hell. And then, like, they had me homeschool. They told me, you going to be homeschooled all year. Y'all got me fucked up. I swear that's my motto for life.
You got me fucked up. We need shirts. With your face. You got me fucked up.
But no, for real. Like, and so it was that, you know. And I didn't know what love was. I knew what it wasn't. I knew what hurt felt like. You know, I knew what brokenness felt like. And I was just like, and my therapist always be cracking on me because she'd be like, girl, this is not the movies. Because I tell people, I learned how to be a person based on movies. Because I never saw nobody worth a damn. Like, I got my face on my back. And people be like, is that your face? Yeah, because who else's face would I get on my back? Me. I believe in me. I am my role model. And so, it be so legit, though. And I just used to watch movies, and I'll be like, okay, so kids should have bedtimes, and kids should do this, and you should love them and hug them, and you should talk to them, and like, and I was very intentional about the shows I would watch, even shit like Malcolm in the Middle. Like the mom would notice little shit and be like, Malcolm, come here, like, you know. So Matilda, like, it'd be anything. It don't have to just be the black movies. Like I was pulling. Being a person from anything.
You was trying to make sense of life from everywhere,
from any angle, because my foster parents wasn't it, my family wasn't it, like, so it was like.
And it started with you not knowing what you didn't want. Yes. Because if a person didn't recognize that I don't want this, then they gonna just accept it
and just keep going.
But you recognize like, oh,
this is horrible.
Yeah, I don't want this, and I'm gonna figure. And that is why I said it's something in you that makes you say I can build what they got on this TV.
Yeah.
Even though I don't see it in real life, I can build it if I just try a little hard. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I think I can do it. Yep. And that's. I think that's what I see in certain people. My mom got it in her. My dad got it in him. I love my parents so bad. My daddy just got his leg cut off. Like, you know, when I met you, I would have never first of all, I didn't know she was old enough to have a child at the age that she got. Let alone that she been through what she been through. So I love you.
I love you too. Thank you.
I hope my stomach ain't showing Jason.
You doing good.
He like, let me use this this is the chance. Let me
the moment right here.
What I wanted to talk to you about. Okay, you got your degree. Mm-hmm. You had to feel some level of superwoman. I know you did. You graduated from college with a child. I know after being through certain things, you had to feel like superwoman. No, you didn't feel like you was different. Like I'm different.
I wanted to die.
Why?
I did. So I was supposed to. No, I thought I was gonna die. June 6, 2016. Mm-hmm. So I graduated Mother's Day 2016. I was like, damn, I did all this for nothing.
Why?
Because what was the point? Like, for real. Like, I had worked. I did my businesses while I was in college. I didn't need a degree for those. Mm. I wanted to be a cosmetologist. And they kept telling me, like, oh, you can get your cosmetology license after school. No, you can't. Because then you already got a bachelor's. They don't pay for trade after you get a bachelor's. So you still got to pay that 30 bands to Paul Mitchell. So I was like, okay. Nobody showed up to my graduation. And so it was Mother's Day, and it was me and this baby. And I had 2 friends that I ain't even friends with to this day. And it just felt like a big-ass waste of time. And I was like, I already did all of this. Like, I just wanted my sister to be like, my sister 50. I'm 30. We got the same mama. I just wanted her to be like, I'm proud of you. I just wanted my niece to be like, TT, you are so dope. Like, no, they did none of that shit. So I put this long, depressing, okay, these earrings get on my nerves, y'all.
Yeah.
I put these long, depressing posts on Facebook. And the whole world, like, it went viral. And I've been trying to figure out how to go viral ever since. I'm like, damn, I gotta be depressed. But, and so it went viral, and I was like, okay. And the news was there, and the whole world really, like, opened their arms to me.
Really?
And it was so empty for me. Like, it was, like, the worst summer of my life. And I had met this dude, and I had never been in an abusive relationship. And we started dating later June, and he was crazy as hell. Like, oh, my God, like. Thank God for saving me. But yeah, so that was like the worst year of my life when I graduated college. Because then it was like, now what?
You were striving towards something, like, then you get it. It's like,
done. Like,
yeah.
So now you still got all this trauma.
Yeah. It didn't solve nothing. You thought it would solve something. It didn't solve
something for me. Like it did. I got that in 5th grade, right? So you got 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and I was a 5th year graduate because I wanted all my money from Ohio State. It was a presidential scholarship. I made so much money in college. I was not the broke college dude. I was rich as fuck, and so I was like, I'm not leaving. And I was working my business, so I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
This ain't nothing but extra classes. And so, anyways, I graduated, and it felt like nothing.
Yeah.
For real. I didn't recognize how special that graduation was and how much of an outlier I was in the world and in my family until I was probably like 28.
And you graduated when you was like, what, 24, 25? 23.
Yep.
Man. So what did you do? You got your baby, she's what, 5?
Yeah, no.
How old is she?
And when I graduated, my daughter was like, what year is that? 26. She was 8.
Okay. So what did you do? What did you end up deciding to do?
Nothing. So I thought maybe that, because I was really suicidal. So I thought maybe the dude I was with was going to kill me. Because I always, even the times when I attempted suicide, I was like, the guy didn't let me die because he didn't want me to go to hell. And so, or the times when I backed out, I was like, I backed out because I didn't want to go to hell. And so I was like, if he killed me, I'm good. And so I had everything lined up. Like, I mean, I'm a gangster, right, back then. So I had like $3,000 worth of food stamps saved for my daughter. I had life insurance.
She gonna be good when I go.
Good on all angles, you hear me? Like, she good. Like,
yeah.
I already had everything. Like, nobody believed me, but I had everything. I told the people I needed to tell. They just was brushing me off. Like, okay, well, I'm telling y'all, so please don't act shocked when the shit go down. And so it didn't happen, right? Because I got wrapped up in the dude, and he was cool. At the time, it was a fairy tale. So I was like, oh, this is great. So once he flipped crazy on me, I was like, oh, this must have been my out. Because, the Lord, you ask the Lord for stuff, he make it happen one way or another. So I was like, this must be it. No, girl, it still wasn't my time. So I was like, all right. And so I got away from his crazy ass. So then I was like, okay, let's try this again. So I was like, okay, let me try to focus and be positive. Let me do something else. So then I wanted to move into dating. And I didn't want to because, again, I be listening to God when he tell me what to do. And sometimes it's not what I want to do. He's like, you need to go back to dating. I'm like, all my trauma in dating.
Right.
Like, I ran from, I don't want to be
That's how I
there.
feel.
Like, what you mean? Like, you dragging me to the fucking fire.
Yeah.
He like, you need to go to dating. And honestly, that was the best thing I could have did for myself at that time.
Really?
Truly. Because I had to face everything I had to drive down Denver Avenue and smell the smell of the bass in the air and trigger me. You feel me? I had to see where I've been jumped. I had to see where I've been raped.
So you had to heal.
I had to face it. I had to face that shit. I ran, I went to college, and I was going to keep running. I had to come back here. I had to look my sister in the face and just know, bitch, you ain't shit. Sorry. I mean, you're great when you want to be, but most of the time, you ain't shit. You don't really care about me, and it's okay. I got to accept it, right? And so it's like I had to really come here and just accept the grief for what it was and actually grieve it. Because I was grieving a mother I never knew, and then when I got to know her, she died. So then I was grieving her being gone, right? And I'm grieving the child who I thought I was going to be, but the child I really was. And I never thought I was going to be a teen mom or a single mom, a child with no father. Me? Wow. Like, no way. Like, I had to grieve that too. I still be apologizing. I just apologized yesterday. I'm so sorry you ain't got no daddy. Like, because I can't undo it. I was 14. I'm sorry. I was fucking up. So it's like, it was so many different levels that I think a part of me hated myself. Like, I thought I wanted to die from suicide because of the life I lived. I wanted to die from suicide because I just couldn't accept living with it. Like, living with all of that in me. Like, still getting married and nobody being there. Possibly get another degree. Nobody being there. Like, can you do this alone?
Right.
Like, for real. And it's like, damn, can I? And it's like, God, you all I need for real? Like, yeah. Like, okay. And so it was really like the most humbling, the most grounding, the most necessary, even to just be a mother to the type of child I have now, because I didn't know that. But the child I have now, she needed this mom.
Right.
Because the other mom, it wouldn't have made it.
That made me cry.
I'm sorry. But it was deep. Like, and so I'm grateful because I wouldn't be the Janel Lanae that y'all know today, for real. If I didn't bring my ass back to dating, face all this noise, face all the music, get through the trauma and the poison in my own mind, you know what I'm saying? And just be everything that God really want me to be. And I'm still not there. You feel me? Like, it's a daily work, but you just gotta be obedient. And so that's really what changed it for me. And it's like I kept trying therapy. I've been to so many therapists, and I've always tried to be consistent with it, but it wasn't really helping me and stuff. And so even that, like, just knowing how to connect the therapy and the spirituality and the making every piece of my life work to heal me. You know what I'm saying? And reminding myself and truly convincing myself that I was worthy of that. And that could mean removing people. That could mean being alone. That could mean a car being repossessed. That could mean whatever the fuck it means. And it's just like, it just is what it is. Because this is where I gotta go. And so, yeah.
Yeah. That's so powerful. And you know what? When people wasn't at your graduation, just imagine if those people were there.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been. No. They didn't see the star. They didn't see the star in you. They didn't see the person you are. So sometimes we want people there, but we want quality people there. We don't want just anybody there. We don't want you there just because you my sister or my brother or my daddy or my mom. I want you there because you believe in me and you love me like I love you. Yes. So it was a good thing. What do I do there?
Because now I'm working hard for the people that really, like you was talking about your birthday thing. Like, I've been doing that too, just being very intentional on the kind of people I attract, I connect to, and really tie in with, because I want the friends I deserve. I want the family I deserve, you know, and making a family in the world is a little bit harder than being born with one, but it gives you the chance to choose. Yeah, and it's so much more fulfilling. Because you don't got to deal with a lot of the things that, like, some people feel like they got to deal with certain things because it's family. But no, I deserve better. And it's a decision. Mind you, I'm the one got to die and leave this earth. So while I'm here, I get to choose what I deal with. And, that's like what we were talking about before the camera started. Like, I want to be intentional, like you were saying, with who I spend my time with, because I want to enjoy it. I want to be like, I want to sing. We got to have so much fun. Yeah, we are.
I know we are.
Oh, we are. I be praying about this. Y'all
you want to know? Oh no, I got to say this. Because I was gonna say it the day of when I do my recording about. I invited, I think it's 8 of y'all. When I say none of these girls that I invited, I talk to every day. I don't see them every day. We don't like let's just be honest. We are not just we're not best friends. But when I say all of them, and I mean every last one of them responded within minutes.
Really?
I swear.
I'll never get mad.
That shit almost made me cry.
I was like, oh yeah.
That almost made me cry. They didn't ask where it's gonna be. They didn't ask
I'm there.
Who all gonna be there. Y'all, I'm getting chills just thinking about it, because I feel like God is leading me. Yes. They didn't ask nothing. Janelle responded and said, I'll be there. The other girls responded, I'll be there. I can't wait. I'll be there. Like, no questions asked. Y'all, I didn't tell them where it was going to be at. All I said was Cincinnati, Ohio on September 1st at 6.
Be cute.
Be cute, yeah. And they all, mind you, it blows my mind. Like, it blew my fucking mind, y'all. They responded, like, I can't even say 5 minutes. It was 2.
It was like quick.
Like, it was like, so I think the longest I waited for a response was 2 minutes. And that was because I think I messaged her on Messenger. It was Star. Get well to Star. Star, she was on the podcast. She was in a car accident, so I just want to say that. Get well to Star. I gotta see her now that I'm up here. But talking about good energy, like, I can't stress that enough. Like, y'all just setting her the good energy, like all that stuff she been through. You would never know that. The way she smile, the way she prance around here like she Beyonce, better than Beyonce. Beyonce ain't got nothing on her.
Because
you would never know that she was at the point she was at in life. You would never know that.
Okay.
And that's why I just love her so much. Ever since the day I met her, we met. I met you at a nail salon. I don't know if you remember. Ooh. I met you at a nail salon on Main Street. You came in there. You was headed to Africa, and you needed somebody to do your hair, your nails.
That girl that jacked me up. Don't be in here triggering me.
And she was like, I'm going to Africa. And y'all, just that little, like, that's crazy how we met. Because I'm like, Africa?
That is crazy.
This girl going to Africa?
That is crazy. She jacked me up.
And and you was saying, you let her know too. You was like, this ain't, you was saying something, I remember. Yeah. But I was intrigued because I'm like, she going to Africa? And she's just talking about it like, and then I think you said it was your second time going.
That was my first.
It was your first time going?
Yeah, because that was them white nails.
Oh, you had just came back from somewhere. You had, you mentioned in that meeting somewhere else you had been. And I'm like,
everywhere, girl. I be traveling.
She probably Africa, and she just came from where? And it was just intriguing. And she was my age. She was around my age. I'm older than her. And it was intriguing. And then we met doing a stage play for Felicia.
I'm an actress as well, yeah.
Yeah, she's an actress as well.
Real rap shit.
I forgot what we was talking about. What was we talking about?
That's first about Africa and nails.
Oh yeah, so then we met at your actress. We met at.
I am an actress.
Yes.
Put me in your movies. I mean, what kind of personality would you like to see? You want to see we did a Death of a Lie, wasn't it? Yes, we did a Death of a Lie. Her daughter acts too. Yep,
she was in it.
She goes to Stivers.
Yes, and like just good vibes since I met you. We clicked instantly. Yeah. And I'm so glad you came on the podcast today.
I'm glad you invited me.
Girl, you almost made me cry.
She hopped in my DM. I was like, oh.
Girl, you should have knew. You should have knew when I started the podcast. I believe she knew, like, I wonder when she going to ask me.
No pressure.
And I appreciate everybody who's came on my podcast. I especially appreciate you. You responded super fast. Yes, for sure. I'll be there. Just good energy. Like, I can't keep saying it. Like, she's just good energy, just good vibes. Book her to do your interior design. Book the content studio. Hire her for your projects. She's an actress. What else we got going on? We not doing real estate no more.
No, we don't real estate.
But she got contacts.
Still on Style Seat if y'all need some,
Oh, hair. Yes, she does do hair. Cause she keep her hair always done. I'm talking about. I'll be like, now, come on now.
Different personality.
she like, is these videos old, or did you really just change your hair that quick? I'm sick of this shit. But and just when it comes to fashion, she does do that too. She needs to get into styling people too, because she steps out. When she steps, she steps. You. You did the selfie thing. I was out of town. It was when you had to. Yes, the sip and shoot. That was a dope idea. A lot of people doing it now.
Okay. All right, it's all right. She did the sip and shoot. You can't take long breaks in life, guys. You take one little break. Oh my gosh, y'all heard.
But your inspiration. That's all it is telling you. You are inspiration.
All right.
You get on my nerve. It's a Scorpio, y'all.
It is. A real one. Scorpio, sun, everything. Aquarius moon, baby. You know.
Oh my goodness, Aquarius moon.
Yes.
Don't say what else. What's your rising, Gemini?
Scorpio.
Scorpio, sun.
Scorpio, Aquarius.
Nasty.
It's on.
I ain't even gonna get into that.
Yeah, that's another. That's the ladies' night.
I'm not gonna get into that today, y'all. Before we go, what is the song that gets you motivated?
Oh my God, girl! It's this song called Joy. It's joy, 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 joy.
I don't know that song.
Joy.
Who is it by?
Unspeakable.
Oh, I have heard that.
Unreachable.
Who is that by? Who sings it? Who sings it?
They said the vocal something. For real is the somebody.
Oh, okay.
But honey, that's my jam. And then Do It For Me. It's got. I like gospel music, y'all. So.
Oh, okay. See, my mama. I grew up Jehovah's Witness. My mom was into the. My mom was a Jehovah's Witness, so I didn't listen to gospel music.
Well, on the hood side, Nuck If You Buck. I mean, shit. That's the other side of me, that song. Come on, like.
So we're gonna add them to. You're gonna have to send them to me so I can add them to the Ladies Night Out playlist.
Okay. Nah, that might mess up your viewers.
No, because no. Most people has somebody else gave me a gospel song, and it's supposed to be all inspiring, getting you going. And that's any genre. Yeah. Music is.
You ain't lying.
And you can. Yeah. This has been Ladies Night Out with Janel Lanae. You just had the Janel Lanae experience.
Yes, you did.
You should be thankful.
Yeah, and they should.
Tell them where they can reach you.
Everywhere. And so all my businesses got names, but if you look, they all got their own pages because y'all got my nerve. But I am Janel Lanae, the Janel Lanae Experience, the one and only. And so I am Janel Lanae and the Janel Lanae Experience on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on my cell phone. And so, anywhere I am, you can be there too. You can sit with me.
This has been Ladies Night Out, y'all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow Janel Lanae Experience.
And don't forget to tune in to all the Ladies Night Out.
Yes.
Because I'm honored to be here and watching her other interviews. I'm honored because the list of women that she's already had on this show have been phenomenal. Most of them I know locally, so I know they are solid women. They're doing great work. So
good vibes.
Thank you so much for doing this and for giving us the opportunity to shine and share the things we do.
That's what I love. I love us. I love us black women. Not saying I love white women too. I love all women.
Any color. We're gonna lose some viewers. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. It was the plastic chairs.
It was Alabama, y'all. Alabama. We still coming off Alabama. We got
a lot going on.
It's over.